How do you build your confidence as a new health coach? This is one of the things that so many people get stuck in, not feeling confident, feeling a lot of self-doubt, feeling what a lot of people like to call imposter syndrome. And what ends up happening when you're feeling this way is that you may be working on building your business and trying to get clients, but at the same time, you don't really want clients because you're scared of getting them. Okay. And when I check in with a lot of people, this is what's going on. And they've maybe been marketing for a while in their business, but there's things that are holding them back from actually really like energetically putting it out in the universe that they want clients. And then you're stuck in this, you're kind of like hitting your head against the wall because you are working on building this business and you want to get clients, but at the same time, you don't want them. So if that's going on for you, I want you to check in with yourself because for a lot of new coaches, it is. The other thing that's going on is a lot of coaches don't really know how to communicate what it is they do, the value that they have to offer, who they work with, how they help people. And that's a huge thing that really holds people back as far as their confidence as well. And so I want to go through and talk about how to build your confidence and really understanding what confidence is, where it comes from, because when you have that confidence, you are able to build a successful business. And where a lot of people think that their marketing or their messaging, and yes, these things are important, a lot of people think that this is the main thing holding them back. And really, when I dive down into it, the main thing holding most people back is confidence. Because if you have the confidence, you will go and you will figure out the messaging, or you will get the help that you need to figure it out. But when you're really struggling with the confidence piece, then you're just like holding yourself back from doing the things you need to do or getting the support you need to get to maybe get the pieces in place that you need to have the very effective marketing that's going to help you get the clients. So confidence is really that first groundwork piece that we need to work on understanding how you build that so that you feel like, yes, I really want clients, and then you can go and take the actions that are going to actually help you get those clients. Okay. So I'm going to break this down, and there's really three main pieces that I see that contribute to building confidence in your coaching business and as a health coach. So the first piece is clarity and understanding who it is you work with, how to communicate what it is you do in a way that people get it, they see the value in it, they understand how you can help them, they understand the results that you help them achieve. Understanding how to do consultations with someone, like what does that process look like, feeling good about the systems you have in place in your business as far as bringing on new clients, how to work with new clients, and then how to do marketing, what steps to take, how to be, once again, going back to your messaging, how to talk about what it is you do, where do you get in front of your ideal clients, like all these pieces kind of go into the clarity piece. So I do think having clarity on these different things really helps as far as your confidence, because lack of clarity often leads to lack of confidence because we're just like confused. We don't really know. And so when this comes to your business, like I do think clarity is important for that confidence piece, because it's very hard to understand the value of what you have to offer and what you do when you don't understand it yourself. Like, how are you supposed to communicate it when you don't really understand it yourself? So first, we have to get that clarity for you so that you feel good about what it is you offer. You understand it. You understand the value of it, right? So if you aren't confident in what you have to offer and not clear in what you have to offer, how is someone else supposed to be confident that you can help them, right? Like, it starts with you. The next piece is really around self-confidence. And this has to do with your thoughts about you, okay? Being confident in yourself, feeling good about yourself and your abilities and how you show up in the world, how you show up in your life is very important as far as our self-confidence, our self-belief. And a lot of this has to do with living in integrity. So walking our talk, right? If we are a coach and we're going to help other people with something in their life, we need to be a walking example of that. We need to walk our talk. If we're telling people to do certain things, we're telling them to do their self-care, to eat a certain way, to exercise, we need to be doing those things ourselves. We need to be in a walking example of what is possible. And this is why self-care is so important for self-confidence, because when you're prioritizing yourself and feeling good about yourself and how you're taking care of yourself, it ripples out into the work we do with other people. Okay? And that is why that piece is so important. So this really goes into our habits, our beliefs, our stories about ourselves, living your truth. Once again, this is living what you preach, right? As a coach, we're helping other people be a better version of themselves, helping them reach their goals. So we need to be a living example of that in our own life, not just how we show up in our business or how, the messaging we're putting out there. Like, we really need to be a living example of that. And this doesn't mean perfection. Okay, you don't have to be perfect. Nobody is, but it does mean overall doing the things that you're telling other people to do, right? And just feeling good about how you show up in your life, feeling good about the habits you have in place, feeling good about your abilities, all those pieces. So that's why it's so important to kind of look at any of those things that may be blocking us. It's a huge part of the work I do with my clients. In fact, my program is called Confidence in Clients because we work so much on the confidence piece, because what I do see is that when people really feel that confidence, that they're able to go out there and sell their services because they believe in their services, right? They believe they can help people. They believe in themselves and what they have to offer. And I want to kind of go back to the last example because I wanted to give you the last step, clarity, because I wanted to give you an example. I just had a client who I was working with, and she was struggling with feeling like when she did coaching sessions that she had to have really long sessions with her clients. She was going like 2 hours and they're supposed to only be 1 hour. And she was saying, I need to feel like they're getting their money's worth. And this is a confidence issue and often a clarity issue around our program and how we're helping our clients. And so the things that we did is we went back and we looked at, is your pricing aligned for you? Do you feel good about your pricing? Do we need to change your pricing, or does that feel good, right? If you're worried about people getting their money's worth. And then the next piece is looking at, because she was worried, what if they don't get the result? If I spend more time on the phone with them, can I make sure that they're getting the result or make up for what if they don't get the result? So then we need to look back at the program and the steps as far as how you're working with that person and making sure that they're getting everything that they need in the program to get the result. And as long as you're delivering that, you understand what you're doing with someone each week and making sure that they're getting everything they need to get the result, then you can feel good and confident about your program. Like, yes, they're getting everything they need. Whether that person actually follows through and does all the steps and actually gets the results, like, we're not in control of that because we're not in control of other people's actions, but we are in control of whether we show up as a coach and in our program we're providing everything someone needs to actually be able to get that result in their life, okay? So after she went through with her program and got clear on what that person needs to really be getting the result, then she felt much more confident as far as showing up, not needing to change the price and not having to be on the phone with someone for 2 hours to try to make up for this lack of confidence in her program and in the price, right? So that's really that clarity piece. So let's go back to the self-confidence piece we were talking about. So number one was the clarity. right? Like we need to have clarity in our business, what we have to offer, how we're helping people, how our program works. All those pieces really important. The self-confidence, feeling good about ourselves, how we're showing up in our lives, how we're showing up in our business, that we are in integrity and in alignment with how we're putting ourselves out there. That piece is really important. And the last piece is taking action. Okay, so I was looking up the definition of confidence versus courage. And I think this is important because confidence actually has a lot to do with competence, right? And number one, having clarity has to do with competence as far as understanding and kind of having that clarity. Competence as far as how we're showing up in our own life and understanding how what we are teaching other people has impacted us, right? So competence really comes more through the experience of understanding something. And then the competence that we build through actually doing something, through actually running a business and being a business owner, through actually coaching someone and walking them through the coaching process and understanding and getting the experience of coaching. So competence often leads to confidence. So we can have confidence in ourselves, which is the self-confidence I was talking about, but then confidence in our ability to be a business owner and to be a coach happens through competence, which means going out there and doing the things so that we can build the skills, which only happens through experience. So we have to have the courage, and the definition of courage is really the ability to act despite fear. So we're always going to have fear in our business when we're doing something new, like that's just normal. But if you're not willing to act, even though you have that fear, you will never build up the competence you need to feel confident as a business owner and as a coach. So in the beginning, we really have to have the courage to take action to build up the competence, to build up our skills, to have the confidence in being a coach and in being a business owner, because those things are new for us. And we build up the confidence through building up our skills, okay? And the only way to do that is to go out there and take action and start doing those things that scare you. And I've seen this in my own life. It's, I go back to thinking of my journey of being a chiropractor, right? And you go through school and you learn all the skills and you kind of have the competence of having the skills, but then you need to go out there and start working with patients. And you only build up your competency as a practitioner by working with people. And it's scary because in the beginning, you're like, I don't really know what I'm doing. What if I hurt someone? Like I'm adjusting people, right? Giving them physical adjustments. And I was really scared of doing it wrong or hurting someone. And so I really held myself back from being as good at it as I probably could have, because I didn't just go all in and really trust the process and trust that I had to build up that competency, which would build my confidence with time. I wanted it to be there right away before I ever gave myself enough time to really practice and build up those skills, right? And so the same thing goes to our coaching business. We have to have the courage and kind of just hold that belief for ourselves in the beginning to go out there and get the practice that we need to build up the competency to have the confidence, okay? I think this is really important, and this really goes back to courage, which is doing it scared. And the other thing I think is really important in this piece is trusting your intuition and not doing things that other people tell you to do. A lot of times it's to make money, because I really do believe that the money will follow you, the confidence that you have in your abilities to coach and the results that you're helping your clients get. And so we want to trust our intuition as far as really how to work with people and this is why I think it's so important to work with people one-to-one when you're getting started in your business, so that you can actually become a really good coach. You can work on your coaching skills. You can you can really help people get good results and really perfect your program and understand how this whole process works, as opposed to getting really focused on, I just want to make money in my business, and so I'm going to go and create some sort of a program when I don't even really know how to coach people yet. And I don't even really know what the process looks like. Like, I'm just trying to create a program to make money. And maybe it's like a group program so that I don't have to spend a lot of time working with people, or it's a program that people can just do it on their own. And I'm not having to actually show up as a coach and build those coaching skills and understand how to coach people and help people get those results. And that's why I think part of the piece of the integrity and feeling really confident is being a good coach. And you need to get out there and coach and get the experience of coaching to build up those skills, build up your competency to have the confidence as a coach. And I think being willing to go through that process and be uncomfortable and build those skills is so important. And I've been coaching for it's been like 9 years now. And I can say, like, I almost finally feel really, really, really confident as a coach. Like, my confidence has gone up throughout the years. Like, it continues to go up. But at this point, anyone could come to me with any problem, and I feel absolutely confident I can coach them through anything, whether it's like relationships, business stuff, money stuff, health stuff. Like, I've just built up that skill set and my competency so much that I just feel very confident I can help anyone with any issue at this point. And same thing with like doing videos or like marketing or doing copywriting and writing stuff. Like, I wasn't confident in that stuff in the beginning. And the only way that I've built my confidence in all of those things is by doing them scared, by having the courage to do it even though I felt scared. And the more I did it, the less scared I felt, and the more I built up my competency of doing it, which built my confidence. Now I can do those things without feeling so much fear because I've built up so much skill around doing it through repetition. Okay? I think this piece is really, really important. So be willing to do it scared. Have the courage to do it, and know that your confidence will build through repetition, through doing things, through building your skills, through building that competency of doing it, okay? Really the key to courage. So let's go back. We have the clarity piece. We have the self-confidence, which means showing up as our best self, walking our talk, and then the building our competency, building our confidence through action, through repetition, through building those skill set, through doing it, by having confidence and going and doing it even when we're scared, okay? So those are really the 3 steps to overall having confidence as a coach, as a health coach in your coaching business, both, okay? So I'd love to hear from you. What was your biggest takeaway from today's video talking about confidence? Is there one of these 3 areas that you're really missing that is holding you back from feeling confident as a coach and in your business? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And if you want to dive deeper into the steps of building a coaching business and doing it in a way that feels really good to you, even if you're an introvert, even if you don't love social media, how do you build a business? How do you get consistent clients? I'm going to talk about that in the training I have linked below this video. Go ahead and check it out. And once again, I want to thank you so much for joining me this week. I love talking about these things. I'm excited for you to build your confidence as a coach and as a business owner. So go out there and start taking action. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.